Hello everybody, my name is Cottagepk. Today I'm commentating on Battlefield 3, the Close Quarters DLC for Scrap Metal on Conquest Domination with the Engineer Kit. I'm using the RPG, TAR with Holographic and Silencer, and the G18 Suppressed. And so, today we're going to be talking about a tactic I recently made, and it focuses on analyzing the enemies and primarily on conquest modes, but mostly on conquest domination because I like it more than the regular conquest. All right, so it's gonna be this tactic is called defensive control, and so the way defensive control works is the way of rush, where you have two objectives that you defend, and the enemy spawns. You give the enemy one of the objectives, and they spawn. They spawn in that general location, so you know where the enemies are going to spawn, just like in Rush, where you know where the defenders are going to spawn, unless they have squad mates. Okay, and the defensive control uses Rush's tactics, but with smartly used explosives. And I'm not talking about the stupid C4 flag trap, because that's ridiculous and it's not even smart. Everybody knows that trap, and they're obviously gonna hide away behind cover wherever they can find it. So I recommend not doing it, because afterwards you just feel like an idiot if you didn't get a kill, and you just you use the tactic everybody knows, and that's what you should not do. Don't use tactics everyone knows. What you're going to want to do is put your C4 around the flag, so like the area in which you can capture it, but like in like places they would hide away from the flag explosives. And for B, it would be behind all the cover in the room. You can still capture B, and like here you can put two C4 on each of these blocks, one C4 over there at that wall, and then you can put one where that support guy was, and you're guaranteed, at least, depending on how much there is, you're guaranteed a good amount of kills. And so you're also going to want to analyze where the enemies capture their flags, because you know they're going to be coming from that area towards you or wherever flag is closer to them. So they captured C, so I decided to go and defend B. And this is how B defending works, B and C defending, or just B defending. Because they captured C and they had A, they have an overview of where you are in B, and so it's very, very easy for them to really dominate you. And the mistake we made as a team in this match was that we kept going to capture B, when later on in the match we found out A was the best to capture, and that's why I later on stayed and defended A. And so when I'm talking about okay, I'm gonna go back to the defensive control explosives. I'm talking about after the C4, the claymores. You're gonna want to put them in tight corners like here, like where that claymore just flew up behind me. That's a good alarm that I would recommend using, and it also sometimes damages the enemy if they're not fast enough. And also, snipers can use motion sensors near a flag. That really helps a ton. And you know, you can destroy them easily though. But still, it's really, really helps a ton if your friendly sniper can put down a motion sensor. That way you get an overview. And let's say you have 3 snipers on your team. Each one can set one at a flag, or in certain locations to the flags that you own. And I would recommend for scrap metal A and C, because those are the ones you're going to primarily be defending if you can get A and C. But if you can get A, you're probably going to get C. And so, with the RPG, which is the next one you're going to want to use, it's really it's a high-powered explosive that shoots at good ranges, and I really recommend that you use the RPG with at least one person in your squad, because the RPG can help immensely hold objectives and really just, you know, be a really good defense. And again, that guy used the claymore. It gave him an idea of who was coming, and he also, well, he's camping, but still, it gave him an idea who was there, and he waited, and he was able to kill 2 people, or 3. And so, Yeah. Well, with defensive control, it also takes a lot of analyzing. Now, it does involve death, and quite a bit of death, depending on how good you are at running around and looking at enemy tactics and trying to stay away from the enemy while also trying to kill them, do the objective. And the way I found it easy was at the beginning of the match, you're going to want to, waste maybe 5 lives on analyzing what the enemy would do for each flag. And so after you capture like one flag, or you capture 2 flags, you're going to want to look at where the enemy are spawning, and you're going to want to see where they're primarily coming from. For the A and C defending for scrap metal, there's only 2 ways the enemies can come from. That is from the stairwell over to my right, as you see right now, and the stairwell behind me. And the one they primarily go to is the one that's behind me, because I don't know what it is. It's just I even find it easier to go there because it's closer when you capture C. It's a lot closer. And but I still recommend holding A and C, because A and C are very, very good to hold, and they can give you the upper advantage because of the amount of area you get to look at. You got to look at B. Like right here, you can see through the doorway. You can get an overview of who's coming where. And then here you can go down, and there might be enemies coming toward this way, and that's a good area to look at. And you also get a look at C, and you can shoot down RPGs, rain hell upon the enemy. And A, that's a place you need to defend, really. You don't need to really look over it. It's just like a defend. The whole area is a viewpoint for A, is what I'm trying to say. And I wasn't playing noobs, because honestly these guys were like level 99 birdies and level 100 birdies and level SS9s and 5s and all that shebang. And so I thought it was a fair match, because I'm a level 4 birdie at the end of this. At the match, I was a level 3 birdie. Maybe it was just lucky that they were crap, or I don't know, but this is what I felt was an appropriate match, and really, really came out like a great recording and a great challenge. And you don't want to branch out from where you are, because you don't want to go and capture B, and then all of a sudden you lose A, and then you're going to lose C, because they're going to have more reinforcements coming towards C. And they're definitely going to take it unless you have like super RPG explosion of death and you're able to hold them off like that. So now that we've gotten the basic gist of defensive control, once you guys try out the tactic, I hope you will, please feel free to comment below and tell me what you think about the tactic and how you feel it works. And if you have any other comments, like how the tactic can work on other maps, feel free to post them. And if the tactic worked for you, please tell me. I would really like to know. Now we're going to talk about the TAR. The TAR, great gun. I really like it. It shoots fast, in my opinion, which is good and bad, because it can shoot a lot of bullets. And it can shoot a lot of bullets fast, which again is good and bad. So when you shoot a lot of bullets, your mag is going to have to reload. And so you're going to be like, well, if there's a bunch of enemies and you only are able to kill 1 or 2, you're going to be screwed, because what if there's no cover around you? And if there is cover, they might come after you. But that's why you always need a good pistol with you. Your pistol is your buddy. Anyway, but the TAR, it has good damage, in my opinion. Again, these are all my opinions. I don't expect you to have the same opinions as me, but the TAR has good damage, it shoots fast. I think it's quite accurate for this carbine. There's a few other accurate ones, but this one is one of the more accurate, again, in my opinion. With a suppressor, this thing shines, because not only will enemies not see you on the radar when you shoot, but it also decreases the recoil a little and can really help when firing at enemies. And you're able, like when normally without a suppressor and I'm aiming at a guy's head, I can lose a lot of shots or lose a lot of bullets, because of the recoil, but with the suppressor, I'm able to stay on his head long enough, so I'm able to get the headshot. And that's really it for the TAR. It's really a great gun. I recommend everybody try to unlock it because it is one of the best guns of Battlefield, and I don't think it's overpowered at all. I think it's fair because of it's fair. Simple as that. It's very even compared to other guns, and you can lose firefights, you can win firefights, and really all depends on how well you can control the gun. Anyway, so now we're gonna talk about how defensive control works specifically on scrap metal, and I'm gonna tell you what I analyzed so far about the enemy. If you control A and C, enemies are gonna come after they. Well, enemies definitely they're gonna control C at times, and they're gonna come from this stairwell, most likely, or they're gonna come from the other stairwell. It's not as likely as if they come from the other stairwell, but it's more likely if they come from the one I was just at. This one is just the enemies really don't. I don't know. They send like 1 or 2 guys up here, but this is really the best route to getting to A, in my opinion, because more people are focused on this one than they are the other one. And the enemy patterns are very simple when you control A. But if you're not controlling A and you control B, what you're gonna want to do is use this stairwell and use a squad of 4 people. It can be 3, but 4 people is recommended, and you're going to want to have a scout who sets down a motion sensor, gives you basic viewing of all the enemies in the area, and you're going to want a and then the rest can be whoever they want, but I recommend a scout and engineer in your squad because those can really help with motion sensor and explosives. The support can really help with support fire because they have their machine gun, and the assault can really help because of the health. But really what you definitely need are engineers and scouts. Alright, and so C here, you can rain hell upon the enemy who takes C, and they're just going to try going toward A from the stairwell. And that area where B is at, they're also going to try coming from, a few of them will try coming from there. And but you can easily take them out if you're holding A properly. And so far, where you want to focus on is C. You use the roof of A to hold C, and you're going to want to focus on B. Watch the roof of B from the A roof, or the area where it connects, where I just showed you, where some of them are going to come, where it connects to the other side and gets to A. The good stairway, as I like to call it. And the primary choke points are just C, and you're going to want to hold C and C and the stairwell where they come from after C. And that's really it for this commentary. Hope you enjoyed, hope this helped, and I got a lot of points, and I'm now a level 4 birdie. So anyway, after this match, I played one more match and then I was a level 4 birdie, but I'm now a level 4 birdie, and I did get assignments in. I'm almost done with all the assignments. Anyway, this is Cottagepk signing out. Hope you enjoyed the commentary.